Hello, ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Spartan, changing things up a little bit today. Got the multiplayer server back up and going, and I thought I would goof around a bit with Alpha 16. I don't like the experimentals much on the single player, but I thought I could mess around with it a bit. The XML files on the server wouldn't affect my single player game, so I'm on here now, and on day 3. I just hit day 3, trying to cook up a little bit of meat. Get used to the hotkeys. I like the hotkeys. That's a really nice addition to the game. And one thing I did notice is that it doesn't say I have any type of a smell when my when it pops up that or when I put the meat in my inventory. It's one thing that I noticed has changed. I don't know if that was intended or not. But anyway, I'll show you a few of the items that I've collected here. There seemed to be a lot of leather couches around, so I was able to get enough leather and a few short iron pipes in order to make a forge and kind of fire. But I've spent so much time just kind of wandering around looking at everything that I've not had time to do any building whatsoever. So I don't know how that's going to work out for me. I found a nail gun in a car, a chainsaw in a car, and a mining helmet in a car. So the car is very lucrative. The loot is great in the cars. I'm enjoying that. Let's see here. I need to make some arrows. I wanted to make some iron head arrows. Oh, 550. We don't want to make that many. Let's just make 100 right now. I did notice also that the animals really do produce a lot of meat. Let's see. I've killed a wolf and 2 deers. Something else, and I guess a wolf and 2 deer, and I've gotten 50 meat, 40 meat, or something like that. You know, a good bit, more than you'd normally get, and the skins as well. So that's been increased. Little changes like that here and there. I'll go ahead and wait for these to get finished crafting here. Probably want to take a stack of water with me as well. Let's see why I wouldn't. We're all full there. I could eat a little bit more, get that wellness up. I noticed the wellness goes up fast too. So I gave out some skill points here recently too, staying away from the fire so don't overheat. I started out with the Sexual Tyrannosaurus to give me that stamina boost because I use a club. 1 point in Pummel Pete. I had like 20 extra points, so I gave a couple out to toolsmithing, a couple out to weaponsmithing. Matter of fact, while I doing that, let me make an axe, a stone axe, and see what quality it is now that I have 2 points in that from the 25 quality. Oh, 100. All right, so it's a big difference. Just a couple points makes a huge difference. So then I need to do the same thing with the bow. I need to make a new bow now that I've given. I just gave the points out right before I started recording. I wasn't even going to document this. I was just kind of goofing off here on the server and trying to get it up and going. I had some errors and some issues trying to get it going. And so I really didn't think I would have the opportunity to document or that I would want to document any of this. Like I said, I don't normally do these experimentals. But I've given it a shot here, and it's fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's different. It's certainly a lot different from what I am used to. From Alpha 15. So I guess we can leave that on to make the last water. And I'm not going to worry about this last bit of... let's see what we can dump off here. Put my beer on here. I was really fortunate to find the chainsaw. It is... well, of course, it's super great for cutting down trees, but it's really good for killing zombies. So surprised at how effective it is. Oh yeah, and I found an engine in a crate. It's not much of an engine, but it's it's an engine. I could make something out of it. But cement mixer, hopefully, eventually. But I found a couple doors in a crate, stuck those on the base here. This is this is my way in and out of the base. Let's see here if there's anything else. So I don't even know what I should do today. I've wasted so much time just wandering around looking at everything and the new buildings, and oh, there's a sleeper right there. Look at that shot in the head. So catch those suckers while they're sleeping. I have these iron arrows. They do a little bit more damage. Well, that didn't kill her, but get them in the head. Oh, she's dead. Nice. Oh, yeah, I need to make a shoot. I left it behind. An iron club. A better iron club. Wonder how much I need. Let's see here. It's silly because they give you, and this is multiplayer though, but they give you a land claim block, and so you can just scrap that thing. Oh, so I need 100, so I probably need to run back into the base real quick and grab that. So you scrap the land claim block, and that enables you to go ahead at the very beginning and make yourself a high quality club, or not high quality, but you know, a better club than just a standard wooden club. So that's kind of a bonus, and it's pretty easy to get some scrap now too. It seems they have changed some things up. Took out the stairs right there to protect myself over the night. So scrap iron. Let's go ahead and scrap this. See how much scrap we get for it. We're gonna get 75. Wow, so you get 75 for that. All right, nice. We'll create this, stick this in there, put this back on our belt. It's noisy, very noisy. And whenever it is done, maybe I should carry a little bit of scrap on me. I'll carry a little bit of scrap just in case I need to make another club. But a lot of different buildings, you know, I don't know a lot about most of them and what might be in there. This is Shotgun Messiah right there. I put my base right here because there's a passing gas, and there was a Shotgun Messiah. Now another big difference is when you're going into these buildings, you're going to have to fight off a lot of zombies. So it's certainly, they've slowed down the early game. It's not, you don't move as quickly as you did before, but they've made it easier in a lot of aspects too, like the harvesting, the way the harvesting works now. I kind of like that. Higher quality your weapons, I'm sorry, your tools. I'm sorry, it's late, ladies. It's very, very late for an episode for me. But jumping on to something else, so still kind of on the harvesting. I was over in the snow biome, and there was something that looked just like this, similar to it. It was oil shale. So you can find oil shale just lying out on the top of the ground now. I was impressed with that as well. But I love the fact that I was never a fan of having to spam craft tools or weapons. That was just silliness to me. So I love the way they have incorporated that into it. And it looks good too. The frames are about 50 frames per second or something like that. All the settings, most of the settings turned up on high. Everything, the UMA and SSAO, all of that stuff's turned high. So here we go right here. Go ahead and take him out real quick. Even with an iron club, it still takes a good many whacks. Oh, I was wanting to click on it. I just hit the hotkey. So let's clear this place first before we go up in here. Come on over here, buddy. Oh. Don't you do that. Oh, hit me. Also on this server, there's a little bit of... They can hit you from a lot further away than I'm used to on single player, and I have to get used to that again. At one point, I played on the server all the time, and I was used to that. I am not now, so I feel like I'm at a safe distance. I'm a couple body lengths away from them, and they can still hit me. And certainly have to get used to that. Oh, nice, got him in the head. Little businessman. Come here, businessman. Having to get used to this bow again. Oh, that's one of the new zombies they've added. Big gal. Big gals need loving too. Come on over here, big gal. Is that her making that thumping noise that I hear, or is that a cop? What is that? A coffee seed. All right. Whoa, whoa, what happened there? I'll take the glue. I don't know what we might need the glue for. Let's finish clearing this shotgun Messiah out. I did come across a pistol already. Oh, there's someone right there. A little sleeper. A creeper. I think that's all of them in this main part of the store, so we can start looting some of the crates. Oh, look at that. A 55 compound bow. All right, let me click on this. Entity damage. Son of a gun. He crept up on me. Sneaky. I was all enthralled by the... Alright, so entity damage. 2650 for the compound bow. Oh, yeah. We'll be switching over to that. Oh, you have to use steel arrowheads for the compound bow. It doesn't use the standard. Alright, well, we'll hold on to it. That's a good find. Let's see. There's another crate somewhere in here. Check out these coolers. Yeah, I was getting ready to say this is the one time you'll see the Grand Spartan gathering each and everything that he comes across. Almost each and everything. A lot of you complain I don't pick up enough loot, but in this instance, you know, I do. Look at that. Nice, nice. Now, remember, too, I play with the... I always play with loot settings turned up all the way, so when I open a crate, I'm not necessarily guaranteed to get something, but I usually do get something out of most of them with the loot settings turned up. On the server here, when you get 6, 8 people, 10 people, it gets a bit frustrating for others when there's no loot to be found. You know, we have to share the loot, and so you know, I've already bumped all of that up so that you get the most out of all the crates and stores and stuff. Okay, there's another compound bow. Compound bows must be pretty common. So you can throw that. Let's go ahead and scrap some things here. We don't need that or that. Keep all the compound bow parts just in case. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. It'll be a long time before I get steel to be able to use that compound bow. Come on out. There are really a lot. Oh, there's another one right there. There are a lot of zombies now. Now we also play with the zombies turned all the way up and all of that. Max spawn. Plus, we increase the number as well as, you know, just like on my single player, the numbers have been increased. So you can get a lot more than normal. And I'm not going to take that sham sandwich. Oh, wow. Nice. I need those. As a matter of fact, we'll stick those right there. You know how much the Grand Spartan likes his first aid kits. And I forgot to turn airdrops on. So for the first 3 days, there were no airdrops happening. And I kind of missed out on that because I'm sure at some point, you know, one of those would have had first aid kits. Or who knows what they have, the airdrops in them now. I could have benefited from having those the first few days. This is not a big deal, but... all right, let's see here. Some lockers, cabinet. The lockers probably just have clothes. Am I right? Yeah, we're not even gonna mess with those. I guess that is cloth, though. You know what? Grand Spartan will take those clothes and scrap that stuff. Son of a gun, Spartan. I'm trying to get used to these hotkeys here, and there are the keys that you use to move around as well. So let's see if we can't. How many hit points is that? 200? Oh, yeah, we'll break into that a little faster than we'll break into that iron door, I believe. And a couple sleepers up in there. Look at that. All right. Yeah, go ahead and break it down for me. Save me a little bit of work. Save me some durability on my tools. Oh, he might break that door down before I can kill him. It'll take a lot of hits to kill him. Of course, my skill level's pretty garbage right now too, but go ahead and break this down. So I have the headset on, you know, like I always do, but sometimes I'm not hearing them come up behind me. They're not making any noise whatsoever. I don't know if that's part of the new Alpha 16 or if it's just a glitch where they don't make any noise when they're wandering around or what, but look at this guy. So really, you know, I've been so just investigating and checking out all the new... Oh, look at that. See how far away I was from him when I got hit? I was a long ways away. Fortunately, I do believe I can make antibiotics with the spoiled bread that I found. And... or not spoiled bread, but you know what I'm talking about. Moldy bread. I don't know what you can do with this sham sandwiches. Fertilizer? I forgot. I forget. It's late. Let's see here. Let's get into this crate. Get what's in it out of it. And I guess scrap and take you. And let's head back over to the makeshift base here. You know what? These lockers probably have clothes to scrap. Nope. All right, nice. Well, I had been saving this place to come into. I said, well, I'll set my base up right next to it. But right over there, I did a lot of harvesting. It's a beautiful thing, too. I'm going to take you over there in just a moment and show you the new harvesting system with the stones that you find out and about. Make sure I don't get followed in here. I heard some fire. But that's the forge kicking up here, or the fire, one of the two. Let's dump this stuff off here. Black bandana, I guess we'll just scrap it. The coffee seat, that's new, you know, I like that. A few bows in the gun store. Submachine gun. Yeah, we're still full on food there. So I'm saving up my oil. I passed on a little bit of it, and then I realized I need that to make the Molotovs. And I bet you those things are pretty powerful. I can't say that for sure, but I'd like to believe that they are. So we'll stick that in there. We have 65 arrows left. That's good. Let me take you on over now to... I'll leave that there. We don't need that. To where I was harvesting. Yeah, drink a little bit. Oh, yeah. I happen to look down and see. Let's see. I need nitrate powder for sure. Moldy bread. Let's look at the recipes here. Let's click on this. Antibiotics. Oh, I can make that right now. Bottled water. Okay, good. I worried that that I wasn't going to have what I needed in order to make that. Oh, wait a minute. Required tools to craft this. Let's see. Antibiotic. What do I need to craft that? A beaker. Ooh, so I might be in a little bit of trouble. I might need to go do some looting. I don't know what I was thinking about. I wonder if you can make a beaker. I don't know if I've ever tried to make one of those beakers in 15. I can't recall making a beaker. No, I don't think you can. So my best bet is going to be... my bedroll is in here in case I die, but my best bet is going to be to loot one somewhere in a medicine cabinet, or you know, the antibiotic itself, or just find a beaker somewhere. So instead of taking you over where I was going to, kind of feel pressured now. I feel pressured to, you know, get get this antibiotic taken care of. There was a pharmaceutical company. It should be easy. The buzzards are pretty easy so far. I shot one with one arrow, and then I just avoided him for like 20, 30 seconds or something like that, and he fell from the sky and he died. The only problem was when he fell from the sky and died, he fell through the ground, so I couldn't loot his corpse or, I guess, skin him. So I missed out on that. Is that a church or what is that? Yeah, that's a neat little thing they included so you know when you hit them now it makes the noise. Trying to get a headshot on that guy. Son of a gun. 3 shots and 2 with the club. So where's the Nurse Nancy when you need one? Where is she at? I wonder. Let's take a peek in this building here and see what it is exactly. I don't know what that is. Here's the pharmaceutical company. Shoot up in here real quick, look around. You have to be extra careful. You see me looking behind me here. You have to be extra careful early in the game because you never know when the one's creeping up behind you. You don't have a lot of armor. So this thing looks pretty secure. I don't know if we're going to find... This is probably not the place to... No, this is probably not the place. It would make sense that, you know, I'd find antibiotics up in here, but... It's probably not the place to come for antibiotics, so let's go. Nice, got sneak damage on him too. His desk. Let's see if we can sneak damage this guy. Oh yeah, nice. Can sneak damage him right in the head. Alright, well let me get out of here and just kind of wander around a bit. If I die, I die. It's not a big deal. I'm kind of expecting to die at any point in time here. Anyway, there's a cracker book right there. So that's different looking. Oh. Son of a gun. Hate to have to use a first aid kit so soon, but... It's looking like I may have to. W is the key to take. Let's go ahead and use it and get us up to full health since I'm actually documenting this and try to stay alive as long as I can for you to show you around some of these new things, these new areas. Oh, the crack book's open too. Well, there's probably a bathroom here, right? Restroom that has medicine cabinet? I don't know. Arbucks coffee. I know medicine cabinet in there. There's some books. Yeah, we'll read that. There's like random dead bodies lying around. I don't know what, you know, I like right there next to her. I remember that on Alpha 15. Well, a lot of the alphas, you know, you just come across some dead bodies. So I guess they, and that one says search. See, I don't think I've been here. Of course, the door was open. I could have been here, but I don't think so. Pretty sure I'm the only one on the server right now. I don't know that for sure either. I didn't tell anyone but Pronto that I was going to be firing it up, and I was just going to test it out this evening. Son of a gun, I didn't get that sneak. But you'll notice here what's different about this multiplayer server is that they can hit me from a long ways away. You look like you're at a safe distance, and they swing and hit you from forever away, a latency or whatever. So I don't know. I want to stream from the server. I worry about that, though. I worry with my awful bandwidth here, how that's going to work, being on the server and streaming at the same time. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I can't sneak up on anyone to save my soul. Some of these sleepers, I notice you can sneak up on them while they're lying there. Sometimes you can walk right next to them and they don't attack you. They don't come after you at all. It's probably just a glitch, is all that is. But see the leather couches right there? They're everywhere in the game. So if you need leather to make a forge, right there's your answer. I was able to gather, I was another floor, I was able to gather up a lot of leather really fast early on to make a forge. Okay, so that's impossible to get through. It's hard to see there what might... Oh, it's unlocked. Walk around the corner and there's a baddie. Yeah, we'll read the paint book. Okay, I think I've already read that. Oh yeah, well we could actually use that bow now. I mean, I could create some steel arrows, you know, if I had to. That wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, this is just a test run on 16 for the server to make sure everything works fine. I had to... I cannot believe I just fell from all the way up there. Is that like a trap? Supposed to be a trap? What was that supposed? What happened there? What was that? Let's try to get back up there, I guess, again. Oh, that's not where I went. Son of a gun. It didn't break my leg, though. Do you notice that? The Grand Spartan didn't break his leg when he fell. I fell like 3 floors and didn't break my leg. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's a new record for the Grand Spartan. Finish out an episode without... Well, I haven't finished it out yet, but... make it through an episode without a broken leg. But I'm a little surprised that the floor just caved in. I hope it isn't like a couple... It wasn't even a couple alphas ago. It may have just been on 15, but there were areas that were not built very well when they, you know, built the prefab, and they would just fall apart on you. And like the bridge in Navezgane. I'm sure some of you remember the bridge in Navezgane, and you drive across it in a mini bike, and it just falls apart up underneath you. And so something like that. If it's not like that, I want to step down there again. Oh, there's some first aid bandages. We use those. All right, so I hear a baddie. Let's see if we can make it out of here without falling. Oh, shoot. Let's go on out on this side. That's the bulletproof glass right there, though. It's 3,000 hit points. Some solid stuff. Pretty sure we'll hit it here just to make sure. Yeah, look at that. 3,000 hit points on the glass. That's a beautiful thing. So I bet you this one's going to do the same thing. Let's run and jump. No. Didn't do it there. No, it didn't do it. So maybe just some of the rooms are a little glitched out. Kind of looking for a few sleepers in here. Been pretty, yeah, a lot of painting books I've picked up so far. Honestly don't know how many there are, but you know, I picked up a few on the first couple days of the game. And I guess we start scrapping this stuff again. I don't know why I'm passing it up. I'm sitting here talking to you and not really paying much attention to what I'm doing, but yeah, it's all going to get wiped here before too long. Anyway, I don't know if I'll keep the server up for long, but I just want to give it a test and make sure it all would work. the new config files, kind of get an idea what they look like. You know, what the new config files may look like on the server, and get that figured out. So here's a big room over here. Okay. I'll read that. Get the, looks like all of that's probably leather right there too. What time is it? 1600. I do have it set on 60-minute days for the server. I've always done the 60-minute days. I do 50 minutes on my Let's Play, just for time's sake, and so I can make sure I have, you know, ample time to do my recording and have a little bit of time left over. And it kind of didn't work out well in the end, because certain days, you know, we'd have hordes and I'd have to kill time. But it would be the same thing if I did 60-minute days. I don't think I'd want to do every episode full 60 minutes. I don't know how exactly I'm going to do Alpha 16 yet. I've not decided that, but all right. Well, I guess I could take the quick trip down like I did before. Oh, it's back this way, I think. There's most likely something up there. There's another floor. We have some frames on us. 36 frames. It's tempting the way they block that off. Make me want to build my way up there and check it out and see. I want to bump my head and fall off. Certainly don't want to do that. Whoa! Ooh, close one there, Grand Spartan. You and your silly falling. Oh yeah, look at the jackpot up here. My goodness. Hopefully they're all working stiff crates, because I have not seen one of those in this town. I spent a lot of time. Oh, it's just the same thing. It's a bookstore. I spent a lot of time just wandering around this town looking for different stores to see what was here in this particular seed, and if it would be a seed that I would want to. Now that kind of angers me right there when I open up a crate and there's a sink, a toilet, or a cabinet. That's mouse throwing time right there, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. I just called it too. Son of a gun. Toilet or something that's of very little value or use. So let's scrap this with S. And let's do the same thing to that. I'm actually going to eat this chicken soup. Scrap it. And make another axe, stone axe. I found a regular axe, but I used it up, just chopping through doorways and whatnot. So we're bound to this for a little while. Probably don't have a lot longer left, and we're going to be dying because, you know, I have this infection. So I figured that, you know, I was tempted. I said, well, if you have to build your way up to it, I wonder what's up there. I wonder if it's anything of worth or value. Now, I wonder how you... Okay, there we go. There we go. Nice. There's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, a leather chair. Must be a zombie right above me on the top shelf. Trash compactor. I guess I'll keep those. Where is that zombie? Oh, it's in there. Oh, it's a miner guy. Oh, wow. He didn't even look like he was swinging at me and he hit me. Look at that. The distance and... I got to get used to that. I got to get used to the server. And how far away they can hit you on the server. I'm not... oh, it's a whole area full of books and stuff. I don't even think we're going to have time to get all of that before it's night. I mean, we have all of those up there to open. A lot of it's just kind of junk, but worry about that. I need to get back and I need to go find a desert for multiple reasons, but I need to find a desert for aloe and for oil shale. Eventually, you know, so we're certainly not going to need the oil shale now, but eventually I'd like to have a source of fuel, consistent source of fuel. Fancy toilet, son of a gun. Well, bring your frames, ladies and gentlemen, on Alpha 16. You're going to have to do a lot of what you see me doing here and building your way up. Alright, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. The other side has a lot of... look at all of these. We're going to go through an axe, a stone axe, just opening up crates. This is where I could use a steel axe. Nice. Shiny new 600 steel axe would be beautiful about now. What are we, about 40 minutes into the episode? Yeah, I didn't mean for it to go this long. This is not something I planned on doing at all until... Oh, a working stiff box. A little bit of oil. Whoops. I won't go too much more. And then we'll call it an episode. Did find some little brown wire tools. Now, I don't know if they work like the nail gun where they don't lose durability if you use them, you know? Hopefully that's the way it works, and I'll only need that one set. And then eventually, once I get the... I'm sure I'll find another one between here and there, but it's a long ways away. I will never see that in the experimental in the short time that it'll probably be available. A fancy toilet. Get some humid turds. Don't want any of those. I think I will pass. So here's a giant room. Whoops. I think I just made him angry. Oh, I was going to run. These guys are tough. You know, they have their helmet on. And they're a bit tougher. So all of the bookstore... or the books are in here, unlike the regular. Oh, don't you hit me from way far away. I'll be angry with you. Yeah, I noticed some of the zombies are a little glitched out too, just like the wolf. I said I killed one, but I think I killed two wolves, and the one came running at me, and he was just about to get me too. I was in a bad place. And all of a sudden, he stopped and started spinning in a circle. So I was able to kill him and skin him, and it was a pretty easy kill for me. I just kind of stood back and... Okay, so they changed back up so you can only read something once. You can't read it twice. I see now. Okay, well, I guess that's... all right, because you don't need to spam craft anymore, you know, which is kind of silly in the first place. I'm not going to lie. Certainly not a fan of that, so I can applaud the fact that I don't have to read multiple books to get skill level on something. There's a lot of paper here. Could certainly come back and make a blunderbuss. I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with a blunderbuss either, so I don't know if it is worth making now or not. I just don't know. Up close, it's pretty good, but I mean, I guess you could use it if you were to make a pillar style base. And the pillar style bases, I thought it was a zombie. Pillar style bases do work. They do work on Alpha 16. As of right now, they work. Unless something changes. I just experimented with it on my single player initially when it came out. I was really curious. I was like, do pillars still work? You know, the 50 pillar builds, and they do. Oh, and also I figured out someone, and I'm gonna plug him in the next video. I can't remember the name now because it's really late. It's like 1 in the morning. But he said with the barbed wire, you can press R with the blocks now and change the orientation. And look at this. If you hold down R, you have an advanced. And I clicked on advanced, and I was able to switch that barbed wire around to lie it down on the ground. So, you know, I said initially I was going to make a barbed wire base for my first base. I don't know if I will. It really just kind of depends on how many resources I'm setting on a day 7. I'm talking about the Let's Play series, not here on the multiplayer. But generator bank, some more paint. Yeah, I'll take the garden hoe, working stiff crate. It's a little bit weird how you could just get all of these random crates in different places. Like I'm in the bookstore, but I'm getting working stiff crates. So, I mean, and you see how many crates are in here. And now some of them are junk. Some of them are junk, but it's a little odd how that's all set up now. Couch. So what is this? 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 isn't bad, I guess, considering how many are in here. Because you look across this door and look at all those crates. There's a whole stack on the other side as well. I'm going to probably run out of time before nightfall. I should be able to make it back over. But either way, I'm going to die. I've been doing this. Another working stiff. Nice. Battery and some gas. Either way, I'm going to die because I haven't found that antibiotic and not really been looking for it. I'm so wrapped up into finding what I can get out of these crates here. I got to end this episode soon because I did not expect to even do this tonight. But I was having fun, and I said, you know what, I'll share it with you all, what I was doing, and it just let you see it a little bit if you've not watched anyone else, or you just, you know, those of you who are loyal to the channel, you want to see me goof around on goof off on Alpha 16, and here it is. Here's my attempt at goofing off on Alpha 16. Have all my episodes, I think I know that already, yeah, recorded for, I think I know all the paint. I think I had most of the paint on day 2, or not most of it, but some of it at least. But yeah, all my episodes for tomorrow are recorded. I'm about to jump off here now and get those uploaded. And I guess this will probably go up in the next day or so. This episode here. Don't know what I'm going to call it. Goofing off on Alpha 16. Probably call it Alpha 16 test, server test. I did. It wasn't air conditioning yet. Well, it didn't work immediately. It took me a little doing to get it up and going. From what I'd normally, you know, would just almost immediately have the server up and going on a new alpha. And this one had some issues. I had to contact support and open a ticket. And they were able to help me along my way. So, no bathrooms in here, eh? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Don't you do it. See, I don't really even know if I should use... I'm just going to get out of here. I'll come back because there's a whole nother room full of crates and all of these crates. My goodness. I don't think I'm going to use my other first aid kit because I'm surely going to die. You know, that's no doubt I'm going to die if I can't find the antibiotic, and I don't think I will. I don't foresee that happening. Let's just run by that guy. So I'll save that first aid. Boy, all of the sleepers have respawned since we came through here earlier. More have respawned, so that's going to add a bit of a challenge too, because you know you're used to clearing a building, and then you're good. You can do what you want to do, and now They're all back in here again. And I had some weird thing happen too, where the skater zombies, and maybe this is meant to be, but the skater zombies would run during the daytime. So that may be another one that runs during the day, much like the football players. And I guess that's what that was that I just passed the hood on. Much like the football players and the ferals, the skaters may run during the daytime as well. So we'll see. I'll probably live out my short life over here in the base. It's almost 2200 now. Hey, you'd be amazed too at how much extra time I feel like I have on a 60-minute day versus a 50-minute day. You know, we do the 50-minute day on the Let's Play, and I just feel like it's so much longer on 60 minutes. I know it's just another 10 in-game minutes, but wow, the difference in just that short time would add to it. I feel like I just have so much more time to do all the things I need to do. I don't know why I'm eating and going through all of this, and I can't heal myself. Or I'm sorry, I can't, heal myself from the infection. So let's get this stuff put away. Murky water, we'll carry the beer. You know what, I better drop most of all of this stuff off, because if I die, I don't want to lose everything I've collected here. So we'll stick this here, and we'll scrap that one. We'll keep the hoe, maybe find some other things to plant other than coffee. And maybe put these on my belt as well. If we lose this stuff, we lose this stuff. It's my chainsaw. How's my chainsaw on gas? It's all filled up, yeah, so I hardly ever use it. But I was using it to harvest the trees a bit ago. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my little preview for Alpha 16. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you as to whether we cover more of this or not here on the server. I know when Alpha 16 is fully released, we'll absolutely cover more of it on the server, the multiplayer. But if you want to see me goofing off in the evenings, just playing around with Alpha 16 and kind of finding my way around on it and figuring out the new mechanics and all the stuff, let me know in the comments below, and I'll take that into consideration when I'm moving forward and doing my gaming on here on the server by myself or with others. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Have yourselves a good day, good evening, wherever you may be located, and I'll see you all next time.